Hi, I'm Mark Stokes, Bay Street Jewelers, and here I am in the historic downtown park of Beaufort. And we know that the shrimping season is well on its way now. And one thing that I've seen a lot of people I know that I've struggled with over the years is throwing a shrimp net, a cast net. And there's many different techniques. There's fantastic throwers out there. But I've had so many people end up talking to me and saying, you know, is there a way of throwing it without having to utilize your teeth, without having to put the weight or the net in your mouth to end up doing so? So in working with it and looking at other techniques that people have done, I ended up coming up with a very, very simple technique that I think everybody can end up utilizing, whether it's a beginner, whether it's a more senior individual, or if you're just looking for a new way to end up throwing a cast net. Give this one a shot. It should probably take you about 5 minutes to end up learning it, throwing it in your backyard, just like I'm about to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the cast net and pick it back up, throw it one more time, just to give you an idea of what the time lapse is in doing it. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll break down the cast net and show you each step by step to end up doing the procedure. So basically, we take our rope, we go ahead and pull it up by the horn all the way to the top. You go down about a third of the way. You end up grabbing it so that you leave a circle in it, and pull out about half the net. About half the net, you twist it over your thumb, and you'll see a little sleeve down here where the net actually starts to lengthen from one side to the other, and you just simply cast the net, and you end up getting a round net. Now I threw that very lightly, and I'm going to do it again real fast, and you can end up seeing how fast it was for me to pull this back and do it one more time. Just like that. And that's how it is, that's how easy it is to actually end up throwing a cast net, not using your teeth or any portion of your mouth itself. So, now let's break it down and let's do a show of how we actually ended up doing it. I rounded all the rope. Of course, anybody that does a lot of shrimping knows that you don't need 90% of this rope. And you can cut your rope accordingly, or you can leave it all in length like I did, but you coil it. Again, pull the net straight up, grab the top of the net, that's called the horn. You pull it all the way to the top. Run your hands down the net, and you go down about a third of the way of the whole cast net. Maybe a little bit more, it's all up to you. But all you do is you pull your top hand down and grab where your other hand was. That's going to leave you a complete circle in your net at the top. The net itself should be about now waist high to, I have shorter legs, I like it a little bit longer than my waist, but about waist high to you when it touches the ground. Then all you do is you get the net, you count out approximately half of the net itself. You'll see that your thumb is still straight out on the horn at the top of the net itself. So with that half of the net, you just basically you roll it right over your thumb and you lay it down on it. Now, if you look at the bottom of the net, you have two different lengths. You have a short length and you have a long length. The short length is because you rolled it over your thumb. Now, where the two traverse together, you'll end up seeing kind of a crease coming down where it goes from the short to the long. At that point is where you actually get the net, and I finger it out just a little bit. I have my hand kind of encased in the net itself. So then all you do is simply turn the net and you throw it over. And you can see that in the water that would have been a more perfect circle, but because of ground it actually ended up bouncing a little bit and becoming a little bit skewed. But that's how easy it is to end up throwing a cast net.